Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all, I do not want us to get sued for that. But hey, what everybody doing tonight? It's your boy ScooterRay here, and I'm bringing y'all the special month recap of Scoot Break. August, right? It's been a long month. It had its ups, it had its downs, it had its highs, it had its lows, and I'm here to poorly recap it all. Yeah. Let's start off with NWA Empower, the all women show. Mwah. Magnifique. Double chef's kiss. Mwah. Great wrestling. Great wrestling. Not just women's wrestling, just wrestling in general. Layla Hirsch, Camille put on a banger of a match. Deonna Purrazzo and Melina, banger of a match. Awesome Kong got a chance to retire and share the ring one last time with Gail Kim. It had awesome moments. It had ladies from NWA, ladies from Impact, ladies from AEW. I think one or two, one for sure from AAA. It was beautiful. Mickie James, congrats. I'm glad your vision was successful, and I hope it's not the last one. I hope it's the first of many, unlike WWE. They had one all women's pay per view and just forgot about it. They just forgot that Evolution exists. There was no Evolution 2, Revolution, nothing like that. It's just one and done. Yep, one and done. Speaking of WWE, they definitely had a roller coaster of a month. I mean, the month started off with releases that were in NXT, which in between last year and this year, over 100 people have been released from the company. Wrestlers, uh, talent as far as like refs and interviewers and producers and things like that. They have just been, yeah, it's been up and down. Largely have to do with Nick Khan. Apparently he had an interview and yeah, it was lackluster. Apparently he kind of had some softball type questions. And with those questions, he kind of gave very business minded, PC, animatronic answers. So, what do you expect? WWE hired him. Obviously, they're liking what he's doing. We just gotta ride the wave and see what happens with him from here on out. Uh, with the fans being back in attendance, they are definitely letting creative and Vince know who's over and who's not. I will let y'all decide and pick with who that is applying to. Of course, SummerSlam happened. The man Becky Lynch returned. Brock Lesnar returned. Brock is looking to challenge Roman Reigns for that Universal title. Becky Lynch. Yeah, we did a special video on Becky Lynch. Check that out on our channel if you hadn't seen it already. Also, too, that seems like that might have been the second to a last appearance of John Cena. He's supposed to show up, I think, at a SmackDown or a house show sometime in September. I don't know, but for the most part, he has his commitments. What can you do? You know, Peacemaker got to go keep the peace. Uh, And of course, I would probably say WWE slash NXT's biggest story is apparently they want to make changes to NXT. Well, two big stories. They want to make changes to NXT. They're changing and updating the logo, which has been floating around if you hadn't seen it. They want to go back to the Curtis Axel style of NXT, which I hope and pray is not going back to a game show. They want more bigger guys, more beefier guys. They don't want as much small guys anymore, and they don't want people in their 30s debuting in NXT. They kind of want people in their 20s. If you look at the new recruits, I think they're all like 22, 23, 24. So we'll see. And of course, the biggest news to come out of NXT, Uh, Adam Cole. I was waiting for a mysterious baby to just happen. You know, normally when you usually say his name, baby usually follows. But hey, guess it didn't happen. But Adam Cole, they fumbled majorly with Adam Cole. They thought his contract wasn't up to 2024. No, Adam Cole's contract was a Great American Bash. And you thinking to yourself, wow, Great American Bash, I think, was June. They kind of kept Adam Cole just on a week-to-week basis. And he stayed with the company because he wanted to finish the storyline out with Kyle O'Reilly, have a couple other matches. So the professional he is, he stayed, he wrote it out. And as of TakeOver, that was his last match. Apparently, there was a memo that went out stating that most likely Adam Cole is not resigning. Is it pretty hard to tell where he's going to end up at? I think not. Speaking of where he might end up at, they definitely had an eventful month. They had the highest of highs, a couple of lows, but mainly AEW's trajectory. And if you follow us, you know that means it's going to the Scootical. Hell, it might even go past the Scootical and just keep on going. But we'll get there. We'll talk about Max Caster. Max Caster's raps, if you follow the Acclaim, got him into some hot water. He said some things that a lot of people deemed controversial. Some people deemed that it wasn't that bad, wasn't that serious. Overall, Tony Khan thought it was serious and thought it was bad. And he's been quote unquote put on ice. He's been sent to sensitivity training. He's basically suspended. Hopefully he's not fired. Hopefully he's not released because the Acclaim was coming to their own and hitting their stride. So hopefully it's not the end of Acclaim. And then hopefully they also let him keep his rap gimmick as well. But we'll see with weeks to come. JR plans on stepping down full time as a announcer. He's going to do big matches and do the special sit down interviews as he's been doing. No word yet of why this decision is happening or when it's supposed to go into effect or even if he's supposed to get a replacement. But apparently it's supposed to, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen sooner than later if it's been announced now. You got All Out happening Sunday, which is looking like it's going to be pay-per-view of the year. They got matches upon matches that's going to be pretty interesting. There's implications being thrown out of maybe some debuts. We'll see. But it's looking like it's going to be pay-per-view of the year. Speaking of AEW and matches and things like that, they also debuted their new show AEW Rampage that come on Fridays at 9 or 10 or 7 depending on your time zone. And of course AEW Rampage debuted with some great results because the first night you got a title change. Christian Cage beat Kenny Omega for the Impact Championship. So Christian gets a kind of a little homecoming to Impact. He's even already defended the title against Brian Myers. And he's about to get ready to defend the title against Ace Austin or Austin Ace. One of those two names, don't come after me. I'm so sorry. And of course he gets to fight Kenny Sunday for the AEW Championship. So we'll definitely see how that goes. And also on the second Rampage, it was in Chicago. And some guy named CM Punk debuted. He must be a big deal. He came out first. He had 20 minutes. He dove in the crowd. He had people crying. Obviously, this guy is a huge deal. Obviously, this CM Punk fellow, maybe I need to keep an eye on him. Maybe this kid is going places and he might do things. Because he mentioned that he hasn't been technically in a wrestling ring in 7 years. He also mentioned that 2005 he left professional wrestling. 2021, he's back in professional wrestling. So I need to do some research on this CM Punk guy. Obviously, I mean, Chicago was losing their collective minds. The internet was losing its collective mind. So obviously, I need to do some research on this CM. I am totally kidding, guys. I am well aware of who CM Punk is. Chick Magnet, Chicago Made, Charles Montgomery, whatever you want to call him. I am well aware of CM Punk, his talents, and what he brings to the ring. He's going against Darby Allin at All Out. Let's go. And before I wrap it up with AEW, Miro. Miro, the Redeemer, God's favorite champion, Miro. Mwah. Doubles chef kiss again. That man has been giving us the content we need. His promos, fire. His matches, fire. His aggression, his character work, everything Miro has been doing has been top notch. He is 100% my MVP of August. The Redeemer is here. God's favorite champion is here. And God bless those who need redemption, because Miro is coming for you. Deal with it. Deal. If there's any stories I left out, let me know. Leave them in the comments below. You know what I'm saying? Myself, Lip Dizzle, Jaeger Bombastic, we trying to grow this tag team. We trying to grow this family here. We want our faction to be bigger than Bullet Club. We want our faction to be bigger than the NWO. And if you followed WCW during those NWO days, 2/3 of WCW's roster was a part of NWO. We want y'all to join us. Want y'all to have fun. Enjoy your time while you're with us, while you're here. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff below. We love the engagement. We loving y'all. Until later on this week, where we're going to be doing some tag me-ins, of course. We're going to be giving our predictions of All Out, because myself and Jaeger, we trying to run the jewels, to so to speak, off of Mr. Lip Dizzle here. We trying to run them jewels. So all of his king of predictions and prince of positivity, we're trying to end it Sunday. So we need to make the right predictions. Depends on what happens at Rampage. Depending on what happens on Dynamite. Hopefully we make the best decisions of our guessing, because we trying to run them jewels off of Mr. Lip Dizzle. Like we tend to do. Too sweet to the peeps out there. Let me line it up perfectly. Bow. And until the next time, of course, tag out.